Hey guys, I've got a verse for you. It's the last part of 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 32. And it says this: if the dead are not raised, let's eat and drink, for tomorrow we die. That may seem like a strange verse to you, but let me give you a little background. In Jesus' day, there were religious people who were called Sadducees. You may remember them. Among other things, the Sadducees didn't believe in a resurrection from the dead. In their opinion, there was no life after death. Once you're dead, you're just dead. By the way, there are quite a few people like that in the world today who believe the same thing now. Well, some of that kind of thinking had infected the church at Corinth. Some of those Christians there in Corinth were thinking that Jesus was just for this life only. That when you're dead, you're dead. And Paul was telling them, if that's true, then why bother being self-disciplined for Jesus? Why bother dealing with the difficulties of following Christ? Because it's not always easy. Why bother with having to deal with those people who might ridicule us, or in some places in the world actually persecute Christians? If when you're dead, you're dead, he said, well, let's just eat and drink and have as much fun as we can, because soon we're going to be dead anyway. Earlier in his letter, he said it this way. He said, if in Christ we have hope in this life only, which is what some of them were saying, he said, we are of all people most to be pitied. What's his point? He wants us to realize that this life that we're living now is not the main event. The main event starts when Jesus comes back and we're raised up in our new eternal bodies. You realize that, right? We're going to have new bodies to serve him. When that time comes, and listen guys, it definitely is going to come, we're going to realize that all of this life we're living right now, whether we live to be 97, like my Grandpa Payne, or whether we live to be 20, like my sister Ginger, is like James wrote, a vapor. It appeared for a moment and vanished away. And the only things that we do in this life now that will still matter then are the things that God enables us to do that are helping us get prepared for serving with him then. So I'm asking you, please don't get too hung up on the things of this life that are just going to pass away. Whether this life seems really, really good for you right now, and it might, or whether it seems really, really difficult for you right now, and it might. Remember, it's all going to pass away. Listen, it's all right there in the Bible, in 1 Corinthians 15. If you haven't read that chapter in a while, you really ought to take a minute to read it. Just take you a few minutes. There's a resurrection coming up, guys, and it's going to be here before we know it. So please, make sure you're doing what you need to do to get ready for it.